Hello, world, and channel mammals and strangers. Welcome. We're here in Western New York, and we were just walking along the lake, and I saw this beautiful stairway, and I thought, oh my goodness, I have to share this with you all. Isn't it pretty? So you can look at all the rocks and logs whilst I'm reading to you. Okay, I'm reading one of the Bible lessons from this week, which is called Mortals and Immortals. And I'm reading just section 4 and 5 and 6. That's all. So I'll start with section 4, of course. From the Bible, in Isaiah, it says, "The people that walked in darkness have seen a great light. They that dwell in the land of the shadow of death, upon them hath the light shined." And then in Matthew, the book of Matthew, it says, "And Jesus went about all Galilee, teaching in their synagogues and preaching the gospel of the kingdom and healing all manner of sickness and all manner of disease among the people. There came a certain ruler and worshipped him, saying, My daughter is even now dead, but come and lay thy hand upon her, and she shall live. And Jesus arose and followed him, and so did his disciples. And when Jesus came into the ruler's house and saw the minstrels and the people making a noise, he said unto them, Give place, for the maid is not dead, but sleepeth. And they laughed him to scorn. But when the people were put forth, he went in and took her by the hand, and the maid arose. Arise," this is from Isaiah here, "arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee." Then in Science and Health, Key to the Scriptures, by Mary Baker Eddy, the correlative passages say, "Does God send sickness, giving the mother her child for a brief space of a few years and then taking it away by death? Can there be any birth or death for man, the spiritual image and likeness of God? Instead of God sending sickness and death, he destroys them and brings to light immortality. The fact that the Christ, or truth, overcame and still overcomes death proves the king of terrors to be but a mortal belief or error, which truth destroys with the spiritual evidences of life. And this shows that what appears to the senses to be death is but a mortal illusion. For to the real man and the real universe, there is no death process. Jesus never asked if disease were acute or chronic, and he never recommended attention to laws of health, never gave drugs, never prayed to know if God were willing that a man should live. He understood man, whose life is God, to be immortal, and knew that man has not two lives, one to be destroyed and the other to be made indestructible. The great spiritual fact must be brought out that man is, not shall be, perfect and immortal. So good to know. The evidence of man's immortality will become more apparent as material beliefs are given up and the immortal facts of being are admitted. The author has healed hopeless organic disease and raise the dying to life and health through the understanding of God as the only life. It is a sin to believe that aught can overpower omnipotent and eternal life. And this life must be brought to light by the understanding that there is no death, as well as by the other graces of spirit. We must begin, however, with the more simple demonstrations of control, and the sooner we begin, the better. In science, with a capital S, a spiritual sense of God, all being is eternal, spiritual, perfect, harmonious in every action. Let the perfect model be before your thoughts instead of its demoralized opposite. This spiritualization of thought lets in the light and brings the divine mind, life, not death, into your consciousness. Whatever is governed by God is never for an instant deprived of the light and might of intelligence and life. In section 5 in the Bible, the book of John, Jesus went unto the Mount of Olives, and early in the morn he came again into the temple, and all the people came unto him, and he sat down and taught them. Then spake Jesus again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. Luke. And great multitudes came together to hear and to be healed by him of their infirmities. Matthew. And when he had called unto him his 12 disciples, he gave them power against unclean spirits to cast them out, and to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. And then again in Science and Health with Key to the Scriptures. Man is the idea of spirit. He reflects the beatific presence, illumining the universe with light. As mortals reach through knowledge of Christian science a higher sense, they will seek to learn not from matter, but from the divine principle, God, how to demonstrate the Christ truth as the healing and saving power. The definition of Christ in Science and Health is the divine manifestation of God, which comes to the flesh to destroy incarnate error. That's really great. The manifestation of God through mortals is as light passing through the window pane. The light and the glass never mingle, but as matter, the glass is less opaque than the walls. The mortal mind through which truth appears most vividly is that one which has lost much materiality, much error, in order to become a better transparency for truth. Then, like a cloud melting into thin vapor, it no longer hides the sun. A Christian scientist occupies the place at this period of which Jesus spoke to his disciples when he said, Ye are the salt of the earth. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on an hill cannot be hid. Let us watch, work, and pray that this salt lose not its saltness, and that this light be not hid, but radiate and glow into noontide glory. And then in section 6 in the Bible, Ephesians. Be ye therefore followers of God as dear children, for ye were sometimes darkness, but now ye are light in the Lord. Walk as children of light. And then the last verse in Science and Health. The eternal truth destroys what mortals seem to have learnt from error, and man's real existence as a child of God comes to light. The end. It was great to be with you.